Hello, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Timid and Lottie and Natural and Capone. Good morning, Lucy and Nikki and Joyful. Danae, Arcadian. Hello, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, chat. Good morning, mods. Good morning, channel members. Hey, hey, hey. It's Monday morning. You caught one live, Melody. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Dean. Hey, Jane. Hey, Gable. Hey, Purple. Bazinga. Lovely to see you all. Lottie, Rusty, Nerdy. Hello. Happy Monday morning. Happy Monday morning, everybody. Cool. So, where are we? Where are we? What's going on? It's 8:17 on Monday morning here in very overcast Brisbane. So no skating for me today. I'm stuck inside. So we're probably going to be doing some squats. We're going to be doing some free weights. We're going to be playing around on the Swiss ball, which is over in the corner, which kind of matches my top. I'll change out of the top, but it's fine. Hey, Yasmin, how's it going? So we got an upload today. Now, I know everybody's been following along with the Instagram of it all. I don't follow along with the Instagram of it all because I'm more focused on this platform over the Instagram of it all. It is interesting. Like, I mean, I understand the idea of diversifying your media platforms. I really do. But it's just interesting to me because, okay, let's get real. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Turn the music up to hear that sound. For anyone who's new or watching this on the replay and doesn't know how distracted I get, that's how easy it happens. Beetle baby, hey, how's it going? Thank you so much for the super chat. It's going really well, thank you. So I smashed out that thumbnail in like 5 minutes, by the way, team. I was very, very proud of that quick patchwork job we put up. Distractions. So I don't follow along with the Instagram of it all. I don't. And I don't necessarily understand because Amber's, like, there's no sponsored content on Instagram for Amber. So, like, all those Q&As, and I know she does Q&A videos, I know. But even those slides, she could legitimately just take screenshots and build them into a video and put sound over it. Like people do it. Compilation channels do it. So, like, why doesn't Amber do it? Amber can make coin off of her own Q&As, but she chooses not to. It's strange, right? I don't know why that is. Does anyone know why that is? She was trolling on Insta. Lindsay, good morning. How are you? Yeah, there were some pretty troll answers. There were some poignant answers in there, though. I think that's my word of the week, poignant. There were some poignant answers in there, though, which I found quite, like, again, it's one of those situations, type deal style moments, where it's like, if you weren't already an audience member, you wouldn't see through the bullshit. So maybe that's why she keeps things on Instagram, because, capturing a transient audience who doesn't know who she is, and then wham bam, thank you ma'am. 7 years of content to call out shenanigans on. Anyway. All right. So, buttons. I hope my audio is okay because I've been playing with it all week. We've got a video. We've got a video that went up, like 15 minutes ago? Entitled, Attempting Another 100-Day Weight Loss Challenge. Two things about this title aggravate me. Not a capital letter in sight. Not one capitalization. And the ellipses at the end of the title have 4 dots, not 3. Nitpicking Zach has entered the chat. It doesn't matter. Like, who cares? But Curvy Calories is back. Oh, no, don't spoil! Lindsay! Spoilers! Spoilers, sweetie! Can we get the pinned message, please? Yes, we can get the pinned message, Arcadian. Absolutely we can. Also, how's the speed on the chat going? Is it good? Do we need to loosen it up a bit? There's 165 of you are joining already. That's surprising. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you. Stay true to the later part of your name. Syntax. Look, I'm not great at English, but, like, I try my best to be. So. All right, let me get set up. Also, for anyone who's trying to come for me. Hi guys, it's me, Chantelle. I do have two shirts that look very similar. I do have two. So I'm not wearing the same shirt as yesterday, just in case someone decides to try and be petty. And say, what a hypocrite I am for calling out people wearing the same shirts multiple times on streams. I do, in fact, have two very similar coloured shirts. I think I prefer this more plum one. This more purple one's good, but I'm wearing it because I think it'll be fun to start wearing the same, like, colours or patterns that we see in the videos. That could be a fun idea. It gives me an excuse to, like... British, don't call me out. Gives me an excuse to purchase more fashions. But anyway, that's fine. Just had to clarify. There's my receipt. Bazinga, good morning. How are you? Bazinga says you deserve to get paid for analysing this crap show for us plus you. Thank you so much, Bazinga. Well, you know, Daddy G compensates. So I'm just lucky that I found an audience who's happy to listen to me ramble. Some people aren't happy to listen to me ramble. You'd be surprised. The amount of comments that I received on yesterday's streams saying, why won't you shut up? Why do you keep talking over the content? It's like, because the content's boring. I'm sorry. My reaction to the content is that it's boring and I'd much rather talk to chat or go off on a karaoke session. By the way, if you're not a channel member yet and you'd like to be one, you get access to the Discord, which includes Karaoke Club. Lucy. I missed it last night, but it sounded like it was fun. Exactly, Jane. I'd much rather to be talking to chat. Get the Burt's Bees? British, I got the Burt's Bees. It's here. It's always by my side. Also, we're enjoying a, it doesn't have a, oh, Rosa. Okay, Rosa? Rosa. We're enjoying a different type of energy drink today. This is Ultra Rosa. Rosa? Rosa. It's got to be Rosa. Purchased by my lovely housemate, Good Pete. He got it for me while grocery shopping yesterday. And I was like, I have not tried it yet. And I think I prefer the green one. This one's meant to taste like grapefruit, but it doesn't taste like grapefruit. It is pinks. It's pinks. It's very pinks. Oh, it actually kind of like suits what's going on, right? The green one does too. Anyway, I've been talking shit for 8 minutes. Let's get into this video. Okay. Is everyone strapped in? Now, this is only a 10-minute video. We're not going to speed it up because I do find it enjoyable sometimes to just re-listen, like, to watch at normal speed just to see what, like, the real world sounds like. I think that volume should be good. That volume's way too high. Also, can we just start by saying I fucking love this top? I love this top. I'm a big, like, purple burgundy plum fella for 2021. This top is it, though. I love velour. I love velour. Because it's not velvet. Like, let's be real. I love velour. I don't get to wear velour because, like, I just don't, there's nothing I can find. I love velour, and I love this color. This top is, like, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Is it crushed velvet? Velour. It's velour. Prepare for the loud intro. Oh, yes. I like the makeup's great. The lip color with this top is great. I don't get the earrings. Look, as a proud owner of earrings now, one of which I slept on weird last night and it's kind of sore, but that's okay. Still healing. I have never liked feather earrings, and look, we're talking about fashion now, and this is all subjective. I've never liked feather earrings, and these kind of look like one sad grey pigeon feather hanging off of a hook in your ear. I don't like it. That's just me. I like the soft grey with this colour. It is verging on the, like, light grey and blush pink of it all, which I think is overdone, but it's slightly different. Also, the aesthetic in the come on, Zach, in the background is fully reading 2018, 2019, and that's okay. That's how she's, like, set up her space. That's fine. That's fine. I just, like, in this aesthetic, I don't see a lot of personality, but that's only because this design is oversaturated. Stop talking, Zach. Get into the reaction. Hi. Okay. Let me know, audio team, if you would like. Gemstone earrings? Yeah, gemstone earrings. Exactly. Yeah, just something fun. I'm not a big fan of feathers. Not like this. If it was like a big statement, like down to the shoulder, fuck off tropical feather, maybe. But like, these are just two sad grey pigeon feathers. Do I even have an aesthetic? Like what you like. Like, I'm not here to yuck your yum. But I just think this specific whites, greys, blush pinks, and succulents... It's I've seen too much of it. I want to see interesting things. And I'm a big fan of, like, colour, if you haven't gathered. So, there's that. It's just not my aesthetic. Oh, yes, over 300 of you guys in the chat. If you'd like to leave a like, I'd very much appreciate it. Thank you, Steph. I am trying. I get lazy with that word. It's not aesthetic. It's aesthetic.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Amber.
Welcome to day 0 of a new series, and I am so excited.
Okay, a couple of things to point out here. It's not really a new series. Perhaps it's a new season. A new season. Look, okay, we got to get real about it, but I haven't watched this. I've watched the first, 2 minutes of it, so spoilers. It's a new season. It's not a new series. We've been here before. We've been here before years ago. It's 100 days of weighing in, or 100 days of weight loss. Now, whether or not she will be weighing in for those 100 days, who knows? Who really cares, ultimately? Because it probably won't go past... I don't mean to be shady, but, if you can't get through 3 days of Jenny Craig... How many days are you going to get through this challenge? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. This is just pessimistic, cynical Zach. It's fine. How far did she get last time? Didn't she get pretty... the one I remember was 2017 or 18. She got pretty far in that one. She got 75 days or something. Was it 100 days of weighing in? Zachary Michael did the challenge himself at that same time. Was it 2018? Maybe 2019. 97 days? I thought it was 70-something days. There you go, Timid. Is Henny definitely finished? We'll see. We'll see. Well, she was very excited yesterday to tell us she found something better. So who knows? So all of that. Now, while watching this video, I would like all of us in the chat, and myself included, to consider setting our own challenge. Now, it doesn't need to be a weight loss challenge. It doesn't need to be a 100-day challenge. I just think that watching content like this draws out the mild competitive spirit in me. And I don't like competing with other people. I like competing with myself. But while watching this, when I first saw it pop up, I was like, oh, I wonder what challenge I could set myself to do. Because although I am continuing the 12-week plan at the moment, the plan recently has been can I take a week and not monitor my calories and see if there's any change in weight? Turns out, lol jokes, I've still got 4 kilos to lose and I can't lose it. But that's okay. I just have to do more squats and lift more weights and things will shift eventually. But I would like to hear what people are thinking about for their own challenge, because although we may not get to 100 days with Amber, we might reach, your day goal. So I'll think about that along with the chat as we go. Motivation to get back into yoga? 100 days of yoga? Heck yeah. I feel like yoga is one of those things for me I need to do with someone else, because doing it by myself, I just feel a little bit foolish. But doing it with people, is kind of motivational in its own way. So maybe we could do a live yoga. Maybe over on the Discord, we could do a yoga meeting. I was going to call it a Zoom meeting. A yoga meeting. Anyway, we'll get back to... Sorry for completely derailing the conversation. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry!
So hello, welcome to my channel.
Hello. Okay. I like the eyeshadow, but it's just translucent glitter, right? I don't know. I would have liked to pop a color here. I would have liked more purple. Just throw more purple on. I like the purples. More purple.
My name is Amberlynn Reid. I have been...
Also, I don't think those earrings are actually feathers. I think they are just like balls of fluff. Did she just introduce herself? I'm sorry. One moment. Distraction.
My name is Amberlynn Reid.
We know. We know. Miss Amberlynn Reid, we are aware of your name. Not only is it in your channel. I mean, to be fair, her sub count did increase by 1,000 recently because it went from 188 to 189. So is the introduction for those individuals? Sorry, it's just a silly thing. A silly thing.
I have been on a weight loss journey literally since I was 11 years old, and I have done nothing but lose and gain the same like 100 pounds.
Can I just say I don't subscribe to this line of thinking. I don't think if I gain 10, no, not even 10. If I gain, say, 2 kilos back, right? My weight generally fluctuates around the 1 to 2 kilogram mark. If I gain 2 kilos back, I don't think, well, I've lost 50 kilos, but I've gained 2 back. No, like, that's not how my math works. That's for me, though. I mean, maybe she finds it beneficial. I wouldn't, though, because that's too much. Like, could you imagine? I mean, I'm sure there's a historian out there, maybe not Lottie, because she's got a lot on her plate. Maybe there's a historian out there who has tracked Amber's movements from day one on YouTube through. I mean, to be fair, that doesn't even require a historian. Like, the compilation channels and the comparison channels exist. So I dare say there would be channels out there who have tracked the weight of it all. But, like, I'm sorry, it's a shitty thing to say, but it's gained. It's not gained, lost, gained. I'm not trying to minimize the difficulty that she's gone through, but like for me, I have to be aware of my present, like respecting my past, but I'm not living in it. I'm not remembering every time I've gained and lost 2 or 3 kilos because that would I think that would put me in a bad mindset. I think. But maybe that's just me. What if this video was made with a TV show in mind? Ah, Rose, that's a really good point. Like, maybe this is the pilot, or not even the pilot. This is the casting call. Maybe, Rose, that's actually a really good point. I don't know too much about my 600-pound life. I watch it now and then, but I don't know too much about the production of it all. I am fully aware that the Slayton sisters have their own TLC show. So maybe Amber's... Oh, God. Could you imagine? Sorry. I was just thinking about Amber on, like, a studio's camera lot. Just insufferable is the word that sprung to mind. Oh, God. Because, like, you don't... Look, when you're on someone else's money... in regards to, like, making a show, etc. You're on their time. Those cameramen and those studio members and, like, even up to producers, they're all getting paid to be there. So you don't get to sleep in until 4 p.m. and then just do nothing. That's not... You don't have that luxury. Yeah. Right? 100 days of wearing your engagement ring. That's a good challenge if anyone wants to set that. 100 days of wearing fun jewelry. 100 days of... I had a colleague, actually, who wanted to spend 2021 not wearing any dark colours. Because she always wore a pantsuit that was either black or navy blue. And she was like, 2021, I'm going to wear, like, bright colours. And I was all supporting that. I was 100% here for it. So 100 days of Twinkie, that would be a great challenge. Anyway, we'll get back to
repeatedly, and I reached my highest weight of 572.4. Then I was able to lose almost 100 pounds recently, and
it was almost 100 pounds, and now we're back to, what, 540? Again, I don't care about the weight. It's not what we really, like, are here to discuss. But 540-ish? So, like, over the last year, remembering that there was a major piece of surgery in the middle there, you've lost 30 pounds-ish. Okay, that's where we are.
End up gaining a ton. And
now
I'm sitting here around 5.
It's a roundabout of narratives. I'm sorry. It is.
50, and I feel miserable. I feel horrible. I am
Defined
ashamed.
Recently.
I'm disgusted. I'm embarrassed. I repeatedly do the same cycle over and over, and
I mean, didn't she say that people mentioning the cycle was mental health shaming in the recent Instagram Q&A? Again, I don't see it. I don't go looking for it, actually, to paraphrase. We see it. We see it because the audience talks about it. And everyone has to grab screenshots because things disappear. Didn't she... Like, first of all, this video is cyclical in nature. Second of all, didn't you say people talking about your cycles was mental health shaming? Which, like, I think there is an argument to be made in there. Whether or not it applies to Amber, I'm not an authority, so I couldn't tell you. But talking about the things that we see on the camera is not shaming, right? Miss Amber and Miss Chantelle, if you're here. What you choose to show on camera, that is your choice. It's your choice. You have to understand that your audience is going to talk about everything that they see, because not only are they a general audience, and that's kind of how audiences roll, yeah? They're also highly cynical and polarized because of, past actions. So, that part. Shaming. Everything is shaming nowadays. Well, it's what we get told. It's like, okay, but like, there's a conversation in there that I don't think is appropriate for this content. Okay, we'll continue.
I am literally a 30-year-old who is just trying to figure this out.
Chat, we've got an emoji for this. We've got an emoji for this line of thinking. If you're trying to figure it out and you can't figure it out yourself, there are licensed professionals that exist in the world who may be able to assist you. Hey, British, you got it. Not Chaffles. No, it's not Chaffles. Not Chaffles. Now, I didn't do my disclaimer at the start. I am not a mental or physical healthcare professional. I have no authority to speak on this matter. Who the fuck am I? Also, we're not here to bully, shame, harass, or humiliate. We're here to talk about the monetized and produced content. And today, we are talking about content that has been filmed, edited. Who knows when? This could have been February. I don't know. But therapy. Everyone was right. It was therapy. If you are trying to figure it out, look, this is advice for anyone. For anyone, including future Zach, because there will likely come a time where therapy is required in my life, and I'm cool with it. I'm open to it. Bring it on. I don't feel as if I need it now. I may need it tomorrow. Who knows? Look, getting assistance, recognizing when you need assistance is legitimately the first step, right? Acknowledging the fact that you need some form of assistance, be it in mental or physical healthcare capacities, be it in just, I'm trying to do a thing and I can't do it myself, right? Go find a professional. Feel comfortable and confident enough to engage with a professional who can assist you. That comes down to simple things like plumbing, right? Or like fixing a light or a smoke detector from yesterday's stream. If you can't do something yourself, please have the confidence and the capacity to engage a professional, because industries exist for a reason. That's all. That's all. Hello, Milk Tea. Welcome. Good morning.
I suffer with a lot of things that is preventing me from being successful, and I happen to just be one of the rare few actually documenting this super morbidly obese reality. So this...
True. You let's not say one of the rare few, but you are certainly... Okay, this is definitely a pre-screen or a casting call now, I feel. Yes, Amber, you are certainly an individual who is documenting the journey of it all. The frustration of your audience seems more reasonable now that you recognize that fact. You have documented this journey. Also, with a big old asterisk next to it, saying you've also documented mukbangs and eating on camera and monetized what you yourself have called an addiction, whatever, right? Again, I don't really like talking about that stuff because I have no authority to talk about that stuff. I do have authority to talk about the things she has told us as audience members. So that part, that's fine. We can talk about that. I'm not here to diagnose because I don't like that. That's what professionals are for. But if you come on camera and you tell me a thing, I'm going to trust it because you're the content creator. You're the one living the life. So if you're just out here lying to me, this is when I get grumpy and a bit sassy. She said on Instagram there's going to be more mukbangs because the ones she said helped her. I did read that, Yenna. I did read that we were expecting more mukbangs. And because they've helped her in the past. I believe the arguments she's used in the past is that she is more focused and she slows down, which is fine. And to be fair, a lot of the mukbangs that we see are less about like the quantity and a lot of the times less about the quality of food. Like I remember the Old House, like that fucking tuna salad boat mukbang and like sit down eat with me's with salad and stuff. And it's like, I can't clock the food. Like the food itself, whatever. I think though, behaviorally, knowing that there's a financial benefit, an incentive, a motivation to do all of that on camera, I think would skew with my, and this is again me supplementing myself in, it would put me in a weird space in regards to my relationship with food. And like to continuously do that for years, I think would put me in like not a great relationship with food. And I think that that's just continued up to where we are now.
Series is called Curvy Calories, and I know I've done...
Is it Curvy Calories with two... Was it 2 I's or 2 E's? Something.
Something like this before, and I literally only lasted a couple days, but there's something different.
What happened to Pineapple Pinup? Pineapple Pinup. Hello, Honeydew. Curvy Calories. We like them all because they've got fun names. To be fair, I love the names. I really do. But, like, the intent to use them. Like, come on. Come on. Curvy Calories with 2 I's. Thank you so much, Arcadian. Pineapple Pinup had 2 E's. That's right. Pineapple Pinup.
Inside of me versus the last time I did it, I feel more desperate to be successful and to save my life and to become healthier.
Professional help, though, right? Professional help. Amber, sis, babes, listen. You've tried to do this on your own too many times. It's not going to work. I'm sorry. The very well-documented past of your attempts at this haven't worked. It's not going to work. We said it in the Jenny Craig version 4. Sorry, Henny Craig version 4. It's not going to work. I don't mean to bring you down, and I don't mean to shit on your parade. Rain on your parade? But the evidence speaks for itself. The audience is not shaming you for saying it's not going to work. We're just not willing to raise our expectations up because, like, emotionally, a lot of us are connected to another human succeeding or failing, and it's not going to work. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that's a hard reality for you to hear. It's just the reality. Becky was right. Becky was right in we will have to give away some food in regards to the Henny Craig of it all. whether or not the weight loss challenge for 100 days works for you or not, that's great. That I believe there will still be underlying issues. Please seek professional assistance.
If you guys have...
And you know what? Whether or not you choose to show... This is a great pause. Whether or not you choose to showcase that professional assistance online or not is entirely up to you. As someone with a producer cap on, I would say you should do it. You should. If you are going to therapy, if you are going to a dietitian, a nutritionist, if you do have a healthcare team, I think opening the curtains of transparency, wow, that was a bad analogy, being more transparent with your audience is only going to help because you're able to build up trust in your audience because your audience has no trust in you. Sorry, boo, it's where we are. So you could build trust in your audience if that's something you wish to do by saying, right, my therapist, we're going down this route. This is the line of conversation. Because Amber's quite open in saying that I ignore the haters. I ignore the haters. I ignore what people say about me. People leave awful comments, but I don't care. People have been clamoring for Becky. And she could do something amazing with a thumbnail. She could clickbait Becky to high heaven. And people would watch. That video would get 200,000 views at this point because everybody wants to know what's going on with Becky. But she doesn't. She knows the audience is clamoring to see Becky and the animals. She knows, but she's ignoring it. So, she can ignore people's advice. She could ignore people's opinions on where her healthcare team would take her. I think it'd be a great thing because I'd be interested in that content. That is content I'd be interested in. I don't care to see Amber struggling for another 100 days on her own. Let me see something that has been proven to work for other people work for Amber. That's what I would like to see.
Been watching me last year in the summer. I got diagnosed with uterine cancer.
Yes.
And literally a couple months later, I had a full hysterectomy. That was a whirlwind of fear, surreal fear that I never thought that I would have. And I thought it was my rock bottom. And sadly, it wasn't.
No.
Who knows?
No. And I think that's one of the hard sticking points for the audience because dealing with something like that is common in the audience. Not in regards to us suffering with cancer personally, perhaps, but we certainly know family members, we certainly know friends, we certainly know people in our lives who have been impacted by cancer, and kind of what that looks like on the other side of things, right? So again, it's another element of frustration when she talks about the surgery, when she talks about the follow-up in particular, where she told us she was too big to fit in a CT machine, and then the surgery happened, and then she was going to lose weight so she could fit into the machine for the scans, and then she never got there. So the narrative that the audience put together quite intelligently was that the conversation of remission is confusing. Because if you haven't had the scans, you haven't told us what happened with the biopsy, you've mentioned it a few times. And again, look, I get it. People don't necessarily want to hear reaction channels talk about the health of it all. But the reality is Amber and Foodie both showcase their health for money. It's what they do. So we are audience members first and foremost. We just happen to have a camera with a microphone. So we're going to talk about it because the audience talks about it.
Maybe it was, and
says TLC all over it. You think
yet.
Natural?
Sometimes it takes a while to hit a rock bottom and process that it was the rock bottom that you hit. I've just been through so much in my life. I continuously and constantly am just what could happen next? What could possibly go wrong next? I'm tired of...
Okay, let's talk about that mindset for a moment. Beetle Baby. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate the little pair. That mindset, I've been there. I've been there for a long, long time. pessimistic Zach was like prevalent for a long time. Pessimistic and angry Zach worked really well together in regards to like me not enjoying my 20s all that much. So like the fear and the anxiety of the unknown, like for me, the best way I moved past that was completely spinning it on its head. It's less about the fear of the unknown and more about the excitement of the unknown, right? Who knows what potential tomorrow brings? I could go learn a new skill. I could meet a new person. I could do a different thing. I could have wild conversations about content on YouTube. Who knows? It's exciting. Is it nerve-wracking at times? Yeah. But to be afraid of the unknown is kind of like legitimately what I think held me back for a good 8 years of like enjoying my life, was the fear of discomfort and the fear of not knowing what was going to happen. So instead of fear, just like leap into it with excitement. Hey. But that's just me. Anyway.
Having that mind frame. Instead, I want to be asking myself, what next amazing thing is coming up for me?
Yeah.
What can I do to better my life?
Yes,
and
all of that.
conquer all these health battles, whether they be physically or mentally?
Health battles, I would suggest professional assistance, because as a layman, I can't assist with my own health in any way. I recognize the fact that I have to employ someone to assist me with that.
Welcome to Curvy Calories, where for 100 days straight, I want to come on here and I want to weigh myself and I want to talk about my journey. I want to show what I'm eating.
We got told 30 days of Hetty Craig, which turned into 3. So, okay. I won't hold my breath for every morning there to be an upload, but I'll try to get up early so we can talk about it. 100%.
I want to show the ups. I want to show the downs. I'm not sure how many episodes there will be, because some videos will just be the one day, but then some videos might have like a whole week's worth in one video.
Oh.
It just depends on the length and how I feel.
Right.
And the editing process.
Right. Consistency. We don't know her.
But regardless, we're going to do this for 100 days. For 100 days, I am going to come on here.
That's kind of a disclaimer to be able to like walk out of it really easily. Because you could be like, well, I only uploaded one video in April, but it was every day in April. I was like, was it though? Okay, sure.
And I am going to talk about my struggles, even if I am failing. But you guys, more than anything...
Okay, I'll let her go on, but I'm a big fan of this, right? I've said in the past, even when my diet's shitty while I'm counting calories, I still try my hardest to count every day. Because, well, apart from the last week where I was running a test to see whether or not I was going to be eating more or less than I thought I was. Turns out I always eat more than I think I am. Which I've run 2 tests in the last 12 months and both have confirmed it. So it seems like I still need to keep counting until I can learn. Anyway. Yeah.
I don't want to fail.
That's what I was going to say. Count your failures. Recognize your failures and move on from them. Try not to dwell on them. Again, this is me talking to future Zach. If anyone wants to take my advice or as motivation, this discussion, feel free. But again, not a professional of any capacity. Just know what works for me or has been working for me. Recognize your failures, because your failures aren't there to be ignored. They're there to grow and learn from. As kind of simple as it is, it's just the truth. Recognizing what doesn't work, Amber, is an important step to finding what does work. You know what hasn't worked in the past? A lot of what's going on here. But we'll see. I would love to be proven wrong. I would love Amber to win. I really would. I'm just talking about the reality we know as audience members. Pardon me.
I don't want to fail. I literally fail at everything I start. And that's just how it is for someone with my brain. I literally feel like I am constantly fighting with myself. It is
That's very bright, isn't it? Hello. Hi, I'm here, camera. Okay. Okay. I don't see that in the content. So, if true, it's very behind the scenes, I think. I mean, there's probably some self-sabotage in in the discussion of the content. Probably. And there is the whole conversation about, like, the level of indecisiveness. I don't know. Cynical Zach sitting over here is just like, it's just laziness and the unwillingness to change. But, like, again, not a professional in any capacity. I'm just an audience member. So from my perspective, it just seems like it's those very basic, very relatable human traits that, like, you're comfortable doing what you want to do. You don't want to be uncomfortable. Therefore, you don't want to change. So, like, sorry. Also, this content proves that because you've done this before. And you did Henny Craig before. And you did, you know, all of these things before. And you continue to do the same things. And then we're talking about the cycle again. Anyway.
24-hour, 24/7, 7 days a week chore. Just being myself.
Girl, that's life. That's everybody. Hey, that's not like, I'm sorry. That's everybody. Everybody has to live their life 24/7. Everybody has to live in their own mind 24/7. In their own body 24/7. We all got shit going on. We do. Again, not trying to minimize what she's talking about in relation to her, but, like, we all got shit going on and we all manage it in some capacity. Whether or not that's us managing it by ourselves or with assistance. We all do it, girl. Join the club, hey. Come on.
It's like I have a devil and an angel on my shoulder, and the devil is
Same.
Constantly winning. And
Same. Devil won for like 10 years. Devil won keeping me down for 10 years. Telling me I wasn't good enough. Telling me to hide away from the world. Telling me to isolate. Telling me to just eat my feelings. Telling me, like, not to deal with the reality of where my life was going. Telling me I should be angry with other people. I should revel in the jealousy and the envy. All that. But you know what? One day I woke up and decided I don't want to fucking be that person anymore. I want to be a better human being. I want to be my best self. I want to be happy. I want to be all of those things. So, Amber, I hope this is the day for you that you wake up and refute the shenanigans. I truly do. We will see.
It's almost like it fights harder than the angel does. So, I know the big question...
They are not... This line of conversation is kind of getting to me as well, because they are not outside forces. Amber, this is all you. It's all you, honey. All you. It is all you. Recognize the fact, like, I understand we all have struggles. We all have differences when it comes to the mentals of it all. Again, not a professional. But it's all you. It comes from you. He lives in you. It comes from you. So you've got to work on you. That's it. That's all. That's it. I don't mean to make it sound easy, because it's certainly not. It takes time and effort and willpower and structure and all of the things. But you can't expect someone else to do the work. You got to do the work.
The question is like, okay, well, which diet are you going to be on? You failed at Jenny Craig. You failed at Weight Watchers 1,000 times.
We'll get into this. Danielle, thank you so much for the super chat. And good morning in New Zealand. Danielle says, little something to say thanks for Monday morning motivation. Oh, my pleasure. Sorry. Mrs. G decided to... Mama G. We'll call her Mama G. That makes more sense. Monday morning motivation. Had a rubbish week with feeling run down last week, but back to it now. Heck yeah, Danielle. Heck yeah. I hope you have a great week. Thank you so much for the super chat. Also, Mama G is the Google Assistant, because every time I say Google, she hears me. So we have to have fun nicknames for Daddy G and Mama G. And that makes a lot of sense to me. Stop angel devil shaming, Zach. I'm sorry, Midnight. I'm sorry. Okay. Also, yes, Haz makes a very good point. As much as we hear it and we don't want to hear it again, it's not a diet. It is legitimately a lifestyle change. You need to change your lifestyle. It is not just about a diet. The diet of it all is your life. It is what you put in your face every single day. Now, if you go on a crash diet of 10 days for whatever purpose. Diets like that are designed by medical professionals may be of assistance in specific circumstances. If we're talking about the diet of your life, that is your lifestyle. So, that. Anyway.
You've done the calories, you've done the intuitive eating, you've done all this stuff, and I know there's people out there
Madam
who are
G,
like, oh,
I do
I hope
like
she
that
does keto, I
bias.
hope she does low carb, I hope she does veganism. Like, I know everyone has their specific diet that works for them, and I totally get it, but I want to do what really works scientifically. Calories in, calories out. Super.
Thank goodness. Now, coming off of Henny Craig, I went back and did the counts, and they were sitting at around like 13 to 15,000 calories, depending on the day, which kind of lined up with the version 3 of Henny Craig when we were counting all of that as well. So hitting around that 13 to 15,000. Now, depending on what she's eating on a normal day, we've all done the math a million times. We know what her TDEE is. We know what it would take for her to lose 1 pound a week. We know what it would take for her to lose a kilo a week. We know. But it doesn't just come down to the simple, like, scientific math of it all here. It's behavioral. It's dealing with your boredom. It's dealing with distractions. It's dealing with monetized, influence or incentive. It's dealing with all of those things that I think are the hardest thing for Amber to tackle. Because the science can tell you, right, you're currently eating 5,000 calories a week. If you eat 2,000 calories a week, you'll lose a kilo a week. That science is easy. It's the doing of it all that's hard. And you can plan out your meals. You can be as prepared and structured and planned as you want. But dealing with the boredom, dealing with the repetitive nature of dieting, or changing your diet to suit a lifestyle, the emotional aspect of it, the incentivized aspect of it, which is the big issue for me. Naomi, thank you so much for the super sticker. That's a very cute lemon. 13 to 15,000. Sorry, I meant 100. I meant 100. Thanks for catching that, Lottie. Yeah, so if you're going from 4,000 down to 2,000, previous Henny Craigs were 13 to 15. 100, not 1,000, my apologies. Henny was getting excited there. I think it's less about understanding that you will eat less. Like, yes, you're changing your diet to reduce your calories. Yes, you will be eating less unless you love broccoli as much as I, in which case you will feel full for a reasonable amount. And I think it's much more about what are you doing in your downtime? What are you doing to distract yourself? What are you doing to recognize your physical hunger when you get there? Yeah, I think that will be interesting. Also, guys, over 650 of you in the chat this morning. Thank you all so much for being here. If you'd like to leave a like, I'd like that.
Simple. You eat less calories than you normally would. So I'm not going to sit here and give weight loss advice or anything like that, but you can figure out how many calories you need to lose weight. But when I do my TDEE, it says that I can lose weight eating like 3,500 calories, and I promise you I cannot lose weight eating that many calories.
Advice to Amber, try it first, hey. Try it. Try it first. Because if you're not counting your calories, you don't know, right? There are previous pieces of content where she talks about eating 5,000-6,000 calories a day. Eating 3,500 calories after what your recent diet has been. Again, you won't know just because you're not counting, but you also won't know because you admitted to spending a year eating nothing but takeout. And I doubt that you were tracking calories on that. That's a presumption from me. Just try it. If the if the calculation is telling you will lose weight on 3,500, give yourself a month. Give yourself a month. Hell, give yourself a fortnight. Give yourself 2 weeks on that number and see if the scale shifts. If it doesn't, bring it down again. And do you know why I think that would work better? Because you're leaping from 5,000 calories a day to 3.5, which is a big leap. It's a big change in the amount of food, depending on what type of food you're eating. But to go from 5,000 to what I'm assuming she's going to say is 2,200, 2,000, it's an even bigger leap. So both your body and your mind will react to the bigger leaps in caloric intake. There will be changes. For me, I felt sleepy. And I went from like 3,500 a day to about 2,200. And even that impacted me pretty significantly. And then when I was dropping down further, again, it was my body took time and my mind took time to get used to, okay, this is what my menu looks like. This is what my day is structured like. When I was down to 1,500, I had to introduce intermittent fasting because I was too hungry early on in the day and I needed it to be later. So I needed to structure myself. But again, go and seek a professional who can give you advice on what may work best for you instead of trying to fumble along on your own, which you have done for years. Pants, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Pants says, it's not the diet. It's not that diets can't work for her. She can't work for the diets. If it's an addiction, treat it like one with help. I 100% agree, Pants. I 100% agree. And the thing is, I don't think we should take any of that chat off the table, because if you talk about the mentals of it all in this format, expect your audience to either be confused or to try and pass out the reality and what that means. Because when Amber talks about content, it gets very confusing because not a lot gets explained. So if she introduces a new topic of discussion or a new narrative, a lot of the time the audience has to have a discussion about what does she mean by this? What is this in reality to the reality? And how does it impact the content? Can we go backwards into the annals of history and try to understand where this perspective is coming from or this topic is coming from? Snowing, thank you so much for the super chat. Snowing says, why do these ladies always try to please the YouTube people? I think it's for money. I feel shut off YouTube and be healthy for themselves, the actual people in that world. Yeah, I mean, it's food is incentivized in this format. Now, I've said before that I was interested because Amber took mukbangs off the channel for a good long time. If you look at it, the last real life mukbang, which wasn't an eat with me, which I consider kind of in the same vein but a little bit different, was the sit down and sushi at the start of the year. So if I'm going to compare the two, and let's be fair, I react to Amber and Chantelle, so it's going to happen. Chantelle certainly does a lot more mukbang content. Amber does not. So the incentive perhaps is there less for Amber. However, Amber's lack of, I guess, effort in her content, not putting effort and mukbangs together in the same connection, but just in her recent content that seems very low energy, low effort, she's still benefiting from that. So, that's a lot to unpack in itself. Anyway, we'll continue.
I've tried before because I was like, 3,500 calories is a lot. Let's get it. But girl, no, I promise you, I do not lose weight eating that many calories. That is absolutely unbelievable and false.
But have you tried it? Have you tried it for more than a day? Because again, weight fluctuates. Whether or not it works for you, I would like to see it. I don't think we've ever seen it on the channel. I know we've seen 22, 2,500, 2,000, way back in the day, maybe 5 years ago. I know that we've seen some of those numbers, but give it a try. Go. Do it for a week. Do it for 2 weeks. See if it changes. Amber, honey, let me remind you and everybody, weight loss is a very long, very boring, very straight road, right? Sometimes we get sad and we sit down. Sometimes we take a couple of steps backwards. Sometimes, life gets in the way. But it's a very long, very boring road. You can't expect instant gratification in weight loss. It doesn't happen. Say it with me. If you recognize instant gratification as a requirement for yourself, try not to line that up with diet or weight loss, because it takes time. It takes time. It just does. It's science, British. Exactly. It takes time. So, unfortunately, you won't get the same satisfaction of seeing the scale, numbers drop than you would as eating a candy bar, for instance. So, that.
I think every body is different, and it's obvious that when you calculate your TDEE, it's going to show you eat less calories than you normally eat. But I thoroughly believe that everyone's metabolic rate and everyone's metabolism is completely different.
It's true. It's not it's like the hard and fast math of it all doesn't work for everybody. Metabolism exists, and your metabolism changes as you grow older, as you get heavier, as your diet changes, metabolism changes. Again, not a professional, just a layman. It's true. But Amber, you can't be the judge of your metabolism. You can't, because you're not an authority on it. You're someone who lives with it day to day, but you don't understand it. I don't understand my metabolism. Right? Amber doesn't understand her metabolism. Amber would do better to go to a professional to seek that assistance. And guess what? That's not going to be instantly gratified either, because that's going to take someone months of tracking and weighing and doing all of the things to understand that element of the weight loss of it all. But let's not go out here blaming our metabolism without being aware of what your metabolism looks like. Metabolism looks like. There we go. Jen, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate the unicorn. All right, we'll continue.
And I feel like with people my size, it's a little bit harder
to
figure out, okay, what's the most this person can eat while still losing weight.
Same plan, different day.
I don't want to do that. I want to stick to a pretty low calorie limit, and
It's not going to work. It's not going to work because, again, we have been told the binge monster. We have been told emotional eating. We have been told boredom eating. We have been told all of these things in content. So why do you think a low calorie diet is going to work this time? And what even is low calorie? It will, in my experience, eating low calorie, it will make you crash and it will make you emotional for food. That's what happened to me. I went to 12,000 calories for a good long while, and I got emotionally upset about food, about the restrictions I was putting in place for me. Now, ultimately, I found a healthy way to deal with all of that, but it was hard. It was hard. I had to be kind to myself. I had to invest in self-care. I had to bump my calories up a lot more frequently than I thought I was going to. But you got to be prepared for these things, and you got to love yourself enough to recognize when you're having a hard time and not lean into the food of it all. Pants, thank you again for the super chat. Pants says, in past videos, she always grossly undercalculates the intake. Yep, agreed. She would log the calories for a serving size, but eat several servings at once. 100% Pants. I think we have seen her with a kitchen scale before, I believe. I just don't think it was very frequent when she was showing us everything she was eating. And I guess that's part of the reason why something like Henny Craig and Optavia and all of that stuff works, is because one serve is a box, one serve is a packet, one serve is a bar, whatever. But when you have to start cooking for yourself and have to start weighing everything down to the gram to actually understand that what you think is a portion and a half. For me, that still happens. When I look at a block of cheese, not that I do currently a lot, but if I look at a block of cheese and take off a slice, I'm yeah, that's one slice of cheese. That's about one portion. Lo and behold, it's not, because my scale eyes are not that good. Adele, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate the little loaf monster. Snowing says, it's all about the money. Yep, I agree. First day of spring in Canada? Nice. In Australia, we mark our seasons by the 1st of the month. Not by the equinoxes, but yes, happy spring, happy first day of spring for the Northern Hemisphere. 1,200 calories, not 12,000. Damn it, I keep mixing that up today, don't I? I'm sorry, team. I'm sorry. I do mean to say 1,200, 1,500. I don't mean to say 12,000, because that is a lot of food. My bad.
I'm not going to use MyFitnessPal. I'm not going to use Lose It. I'm not going to use Noom. I'm not going to use any app. I'm going to go back to old school pen and paper.
Oh,
I'm gonna
God. Just use MyFitnessPal. Look, anyone out there, I'm a big proponent for counting calories because it worked for me. I'm also a big fan of MyFitnessPal or some form of app where you can log everything. It's helpful. It's a lot more helpful than pen and paper, in my opinion. Because guess what? You're going to be looking up stuff on your phone anyway. So you may as well log it in an app, is my opinion. You don't have to pay for it. MyFitnessPal is free. It's great. There's an entire catalog and library of all of the foods. Easy peasy. Is it annoying? Yeah. But writing it on paper is going to be just as annoying. Also, if you're writing things on paper, I think you're less likely to also be weighing stuff. So that brings everything back into like the portion control of it all. But like, I can't really talk about portion control. I have shitty portion control. I think a portion of chicken breast is like 300 plus grams, when in reality it probably isn't. So like, yeah, anyway.
Log my calories on paper because it feels more real
journals.
to me. And I understand social media is amazing. Apps are amazing. Like, get it.
For me, so the social media of it all and the weight loss didn't go together. Like, I'm not a competitive person. I don't find it useful to be competitive in regards to weight loss. I think that's a bizarre thing for me. I don't understand it. I'd rather compete with myself, but I can see how things like, I know like the Samsung Health has like walking goals and stuff that you can compete with people for. I'm not into that, but I do it for me, not for other people. Cece, thank you so much for the super chat. Cece says, going back to watch from the beginning, but wanted to say thank you for the inspiration. I had my baby on the 1st of March. Congratulations, Cece! And have lost 38 pounds so far. Congratulations, guys. Can we get some love for Cece, the new baby, and the weight loss success in the chat, please? And hopefully Cece will catch it on the on the replay.
But there's something more real and more personal, and I feel like I can be more in tune by having to write it down. Plus, we all know I have plenty of notebooks and journals that I can use.
Yes,
plus, by using a notebook, I can write how I'm feeling, how I felt eating the food that I chose.
MyFitnessPal also has a notes section that you can write in kind of like a diary in the day. I did catch a message as well. Pardon me. I did catch a message as well saying that, like, if you're too numbers focused, or if you have, you know, if you recognize that you have elements of OCD, etc., in relation to that, I understand how that could be a challenge for sure. Fortunately, I do get very numbers focused, but not to my own. It impacts me less. I get very focused on the numbers of it all, and I get very happy when I see like that I've been able to maintain a specific goal. But yeah, I understand how that could be a struggle.
Things like that. You guys are probably wondering, how many calories do you plan on eating? I'm going to try to aim for around 1,800.
It's not going to work. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be shady. I don't. It's not going to work, Amber. Give 3,000 calories a try. Give 2,500 calories a try. Give something higher a try. 1,800 calories is a big step to take. It really is. I hope I'm saying 1,800, not 18,000. 1,800 calories is a really big step to take. To start off with. I've told this story many times before, but when I began, I was on 2,200 for a good month, 6 weeks, before starting to step down gradually into my lowest caloric intake. And now that I'm kind of climbing my way back up, I'm doing the same thing. Not just because originally I was just like, oh, my stomach will like stretch if I reintroduce more calories or whatever. It's less about that, and it's more about actually managing my diet rather than just like kind of eating like a robot. But 1,800 calories. Ronna, thank you so much for the super chat. I hope you're well. 1,800 just seems really, really hard. Really hard considering the food we've seen in the past. I mean, like, I could do it. That's more than what I aim for at the moment. But I think the hard thing to pass here is the discussion about junk. right? It's the discussion about bad food. So we've seen in the past videos where Amber has said, well, she doesn't use the word beezing, thank God, but you know, it's the Hershey's Symphony chocolate bar, it's the packet of peach gummies, it's the family size bag of Ruffles. It's all of that food, right? And that food may make you feel some kind of emotional happiness. It's not going to be filling, and it's not long term. It's not going to be fulfilling. So I hope she goes back to old house content where it was like the lean meat and veggie kind of mukbang. But I just can't get on board with the mukbangs. And the problem is, the problem is the relationship with the food. That's what it is. That's what makes me think that she won't be successful on 1800. I can wish she will be, but as an audience member, we've seen it all before, and I don't think it's going to work. That's all. Lottie says, honestly, take a few weeks without restricting and just focus on teaching yourself to track and log calories accurately. I think if she did that, she'd have a better time. Absolutely, Lottie. And like I said before, it's not instant. It's not instantaneous. I think that you have to go into a lifestyle change with the understanding that it's going to take time. It's going to take months, years. And it's a really good way to put it that it took you years to get into this body. It'll take you years to get out of it as well. So, I don't know if Amber understands that, but just doesn't accept it. You can't just go this low this quick is my opinion. But I mean, if it works, sure.
Preferably, I don't want to go over 1800. I already know.
Hold up. Historian's note. We also know that Amber has said in the past she will give herself a goal and then override it. So in the past, there's a video where she says, I'm on 1,600 calories, but if I eat 2,000 calories, it's okay. If I go past 2,200 calories, that's where it's not okay. And it's like she's giving herself this gradient buffer almost from if I tell myself it's if I tell myself it's 1,800, then 2,000 is okay because 2,000 is only 200 calories more. I foresee that conversation returning in this content. So, but we'll see.
It's going to cause me tons of anxiety.
Years to lose 350 lbs. I agree.
I'm going to want to binge.
Yes.
I'm going to want to order all the takeout in the world.
Yep.
But it's like, I can't sit back and just be like, okay, well, I'm not going to do it because, it might cause me to binge. Because at this point, everything, capital everything in lights causes me to binge.
Seek help. That's all. If everything in life is a trigger for you, go and seek help. Just go. Mama, just go. Just please go. I don't know how much clearer I can say it. Ma'am, it's if you are saying that your existence is a trigger for you to overeat, to eat, however you want to refer to that as, just go, mate. Step outside of your comfort zone and let's talk about the comfort of this all, because I recognize it. The comfort of this all is the isolation of it all, and we can talk about the Rona in the room. But in reality, the isolation and what we as audience members saw as isolation started in the old house. And now it just seems to have gotten to a degree where everything is causing the trigger. Everything, including the isolation of it all. Waking up. By saying everything, you mean just being awake, being conscious, is making you want to eat, overeat, whatever. I don't like saying it makes Amber want to binge because that's her language, not mine. I think we have different understanding of what the word binge means, but that's fine. I'll take that to mean eating, overeating, however we want to say it. But damn, I'm very thankful that I had like video games, I took up hobbies, I had things to do to actively engage my psyche. Because, yeah, I can understand it. Amber doesn't seem to have a lot going on. So I think it's a lot of boredom leading to all of that. But Beetle Baby, thank you so much for the message and the super chat. Beetle says, if it's that bad, go get help. Yup. If it's not, then don't talk about it. Well, yeah, don't complain if you're not going to try to fix it. Beetle, and that is the epitome of both Amber and Chantelle, is the content speaks against their words, their actions speak against their words, and the audience gets quite frustrated with it, ultimately. Because it's like me sitting here saying, oh, guys, I'm really trying to lose weight. I've gotten to the point now where I need to lose weight. The next day, hey, guys, I'm doing a KFC mukbang. Like, no. Shenanigans. No. Jin, thank you so much for the super chat. Hello. Jin says, rarely managed to catch these due to the time difference. Excited to catch this. Thank you so much for being here and for the super chat. I've started my own channel. If anyone's interested in makeup or movies, check it out. Heck yeah, Jin. I'll have to check it out. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I will. Good luck and all those things for you on your channel. Thank you so much for being here. Carrie. Hello, Carrie. Thank you for the super chat. Carrie says, hi, Zach. Big hug from Norway. Oh, I hope you're doing well. It's very wet down here, Carrie, today. Wet and kind of cold. Just wondering, have you ever struggled with being able to do hard workouts on 1,200 calories? Yes. Yep, I didn't work out on 1,200 calories. 1,200 calories was the lowest my doctor recommended me go. There were sprinklings of refeed days in there, pretty much every week. And in regards to exertion, I was probably putting only like 600 calories a day worth of walking in. I wasn't doing any specific hard workouts. Doctor said when you go into heavier workouts, you'll need to bump up your calories. You'll see a bit of shift in the weight, but it'll just take time to kind of even itself out. So yeah, so now I'm back up to 1,500 consistently, and trying to put in a little bit more effort in the workouts. But finding motivation for the workouts is harder. Motivation for like tracking my calories and dieting, much easier to come from myself. In regards to like workouts, it's harder. It's the same trick though, because I recognize the fact that my workouts will take a long time to see any progress. Because again, long, boring, straight roads, right? But yeah, for some reason the motivation is harder to exert than it is just to eat, I guess, if that makes sense. But I am trying. So that's why we do things like squat challenges and roller skating and fun stuff like that. Anyway.
It's no longer at the point where it's like, oh, I'm triggered. I'm just constantly overeating. There's no more triggers. It's all just a big blur. I'm not losing weight for vanity reasons.
Maybe you should though. I mean, like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't lose weight for health reasons. And I'm not aiming this at Amber. This is a general conversation because that's what we do here. Hi. Health is a really great motivator. Vanity can kind of be a good motivator as well, though. I've said before, one of the motivations for me was being able to fit in clothes. Being able to fit in clothes and look like they were oversized. I wanted to be able to wear oversized fashion. I wanted to be able to fit into clothes that I wanted to fit into. Oh, bush turkey. Hello. He's on the shed roof. Anyway, being able to fit into clothes that I wanted to fit into, that was a really good motivator. And it wasn't the ultimate motivator. It was just a nice little thing that I could say, I'm going to get into a 34-inch pant. I'm going to get into a medium shirt. I want to see how tight I can get my waist after my waist being, 44, 46 inches. I want to see how how snatched I can get. And that's completely vain. It's absolutely vanity. But it helped me along the way. So anyway.
Although I'd rather not look like a big monster. I'm losing weight for my health. I'm not just
That's the ultimate
30 pounds
motivator. Ultimate motivator, health and happiness. Combined, ultimate motivator.
Overweight or 50 pounds overweight. Realistically, I am 425 pounds overweight. I'm short. I'm supposed to only be 125 pounds. Will I ever be that weight? No. But
Damn. What's that? 420 pounds to lose. That's a lot. What's that conversion?
I know that with every pound I lose, it's a step closer in the right direction. And I know with every pound I gain, it's a step closer.
So I just did that math real quick. That's 190 kilos. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's more than I weighed at my biggest. It's a lot of weight to shift. I don't know whether or not, look, I'm not a medical professional. I don't know whether or not that's an achievable goal. I don't know. Because, I understand that, my muscle mass and my bone density and stuff has all been impacted by my morbid obesity. Whether or not any of that is reversible, we will see. I also know that I have loose skin. Whether or not that comes into conversation about the realism of my goal weight, we will see. But it's a lot. It's a lot. And again, we don't really talk about it. So that's why when we do talk about it, it's kind of surprising. Because again, we're talking about a conversion that I don't instantly recognize. If someone says 420 pounds, I don't go oh, that's what that is. But now I know.
Closer to my grave. I don't want that for myself. I don't want to die young. But more than anything, I don't want to leave Becky alone. I don't want to leave my mom alone. People's children aren't supposed to die first, and I know that would break her heart into a million pieces. I don't want to...
Yep, really good motivation. Really good motivation, not in regards to self-care and in regards to our health, is our family connections, our friendship connections, the relationships we've built in however many years we've been on this planet. If you can't... Look, you've got to do it for you ultimately because you're the one in control. But if you do need, fashion as a motivator, more seriously though, if you do need your relationships as a motivator to lead a happier, healthier life, then yeah. Look, everything's motivation. Everything can be utilized as motivation and inspiration. So, love to see it.
I believe my fur baby's wondering...
Also, where's Becky?
Where's my mom? It's a very emotional topic, and it's a topic I don't like to discuss because this isn't about anything other than me saving my life. And it's the craziest thing that the very thing that's gonna save my life is simply just counting calories.
Well, you've got to count them and be in a calorie deficit. But also, okay, this conversation's a little bit hard to listen to because, I've heard it before from Amber. But also, this is happening after the discussion about cancer, which, in the same vein, is I have to take action because health is important. So there are similar kind of conversations happening in this timeline and narrative. Look, you've received assistance for medical reasons previously. Why don't you love yourself enough to receive assistance in regards to this medical situation? Because let's call it what it is. The unhealth of it all is a medical situation at this point. And it was in the old house, and it will most likely continue to be. So it's hard. It's very hard to listen to. And as a cynical member of the audience, do it. Do it. Stop talking. Go do it. And get help. Get help is the important takeaway. Get help, because it's clear it hasn't worked in the past.
simply just eating less calories than I normally would eat. Why is that so hard for me? I really hope that...
I don't know. It's almost like you could unpack that with a licensed professional. Why is it so hard for you? I'd love to know. I'd love to know a professional who is able to sit down with you and take some time to start understanding what's going on. I would love to hear their perspective. Through Amber, of course, because I think that is content that would build trust in her audience. But we would all take it with a lot of cynicism, I think. Because I have to remember, she's also told us in the past, I have a dietitian, y'all. I have a therapist, y'all. And, like, it was a Burger King mukbang, right? That's where we had that discussion. So, look, building trust with an audience is hard. Losing it is very easy. So, we'll see.
These 100 days, I will learn and teach myself how to cope without food. I want to treat food.
No, you won't, because, sorry, miss, you don't know how. You don't. You can't teach yourself. Please seek assistance. Because she said here, I'm not going to do Noom, I'm not going to do any of these apps, I'm just going to count things on a journal. And it's like, okay, but you've tried it before. And you've just finished saying that everything triggers you. You've just finished saying that existence causes you to overeat. Consciousness causes you to overeat. So sorry, miss, how are you going to teach yourself? It's a lovely thing to say, and it's a lovely thought. Is it realistic? Fuck no. Because if you were going to teach yourself, you would have done it over these last 7 years. I'm sorry, Amber. I don't mean to be shady or cruel. It's not my intention here. It's just the reality. Because I wouldn't want someone who's in a similar situation to be sitting there saying, I can do this by myself, I've got it. And then 7 years later say, well, I didn't have it. Because, Amber, hun, you have the wealth and the means to get professional assistance. Many people out there do not have that luxury. You do. So if you're serious about this, treat it seriously. Sometimes the truth hurts. It does.
Food as what it is there for. It is there to give you energy and to make you survive. It's not there for you to live for it.
Food is fuel.
It's there for you to live. What can I accomplish in 100 days? What can a human accomplish in 100 days? A lot. Truly. If you set your mind to something and you use every strength that you have inside of you.
This is lovely to say. These are some nice words. Right? These are some nice words. We're not going to see 100 days. I'm sorry. Prove me wrong, Amber. If you need someone on the internet saying that you can't do this as motivation, which I don't think you will, because you've said quite a lot that negative interactions kind of don't support you. Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. Sorry. These are nice words. Humanity can achieve a lot in 100 days. Now, my weight loss has taken over a year. And it continues because I have a stubborn amount of weight that will not shift. My weight loss took over a year, right? If Amber sees success over 100 days, that would be wonderful. And I would be here for it. But what support network have we got in place? What professionals have we got in place? What are we doing that's different? Nothing. Nothing is different. This is the same old shenanigans. You did P90X on 100 days? Damn, Hannah. I feel sore thinking about that. Congratulations. Humanity can do wonderful things across a limited amount of time. We absolutely can. But will Amber? No. I don't think so. Because again, in this very video, she has said everything causes her to overeat. Everything. I don't know how you can deal with your existence causing you to overeat by yourself. I don't see it happening. I don't get it. I had to reach out to like a handful of people to say, I'm planning on doing this thing. Like, I don't want to announce it, but I may need support in this way, this way, this way, this way, right? I didn't say, oh, I'm losing weight. I just said, these are the things that I need from you as my support network. And then, doctor, this is what I need from you. That was how I went about it. Okay, Amber.
I feel like you can conquer your dreams in 100 days. I'm not sitting here.
I don't. I don't think in 100 days you can conquer the entirety of your dreams. I'm a big fan for like always having a dream, or like I don't ever want to stop anymore. I don't. I have current goals, and let's supplement the idea of goals for dreams. I have goals, but after those goals, I'll have more goals to achieve. It never stops. We keep going. We keep it pumping, sis. Because that's life, right? You can't achieve a goal and then sit back on your laurels and be like, well, that's done. At least for me. That's my experience. Kai, thank you so much for the super sticker. You know I love to see a rainbow.
I'm telling you that I'm going to lose 100 pounds or that I'm going to reach some wild goal weight of mine in 100 days. But what I can tell you is 100 days of working on myself mentally and physically and building a better relationship.
That's not the title. The title says 100-day weight loss challenge. So, okay.
With food, I can possibly gain years of my life just because I decided to dedicate 100 days to empowering myself and being as determined as I can to focus on one thing.
I'm sorry, miss. I don't mean to steal your thunder. We'll let it finish.
Me.
Okay, so she's going to spend 100 days of her future to focus on her. Becky, hello, how are you? Thank you so much for the super chat. Becky says, as an obese girl, she needs to do small steps like 20 days increasing there. Getting extra hard will lead her to failing as usual. I agree. That's why I think 1,800 calories is too small. It's too big of a leap from where she was to where she plans on going. I think for me personally, smaller steps worked really well for me. We'll see, right? I don't think it's going to work, but we'll see. Beetle Baby, thank you for the super chat. Delusion. Convince yourself. We love a Jinx Monsoon reference. Look, let's unpack this and let's talk about it for a moment. Shall we? Okay, we shall. It's the last sentence for me, right? I will spend 100 days of focus on one thing. Me. Miss. It's been, 4 years since she's done YouTube full-time? It's all been about you, Amber. It's all about you. Always was, always will be. It's all about you. Your channel is all about you. That's it. I'm sorry. I think the last 100 days have probably been about Amber. And probably the 100 before that, and likely the 100 before that. It's always about Amber. From what we see as an audience member, right? We don't see what happens when the cameras are shut off, except for on other elements of social media. But it's always about Amber. And that's fine. It's her life. Her life is focused on her. But it's always been about Amber. So what makes the next 100 days different? Anyone? Can anyone... What's different about the next 100 days? Because when we talk about elements of this, it's like, what aspects of your environment are you changing? What aspects of your relationships are you changing? Are there elements about the environment or the relationships that you may need to change your lifestyle. Maybe. I mean, Becky probably should get on board with the diet of it all and be able to assist in that regard. Get rid of all the junk food in the house. Delete all the takeaway apps. I mean, hell, cut up your credit cards and get new ones. So it takes effort to like actually, break the goals that you've set in place. But nothing's changed. Nothing's changed and nothing will change. And the motivation of it all is good as words, but we've heard them all before. So, again, I know I've sounded kind of shady and a little bit rude in this video, but I don't think it's going to work. I would love if it would, right? But I'm not going to sit here and falsely say, oh, I believe in Amber this time. And I don't think any of the audience will either, because we've heard all of this shit before. Now, if she was doing it off camera, or if she didn't make this announcement and just went straight into it, I might be a little bit more inclined to believe there was success on the way. If she did, like, the first week of my 100-day weight loss challenge, I would probably believe in it a little bit more. But an announcement video like this ain't it for me. It just ain't, because we've seen it before. So we'll see. We will see. So, all of that. Anyway, guys, over 750 of you in the chat. I would like to thank you all for joining me this morning. If you would like to leave a like on the way out, that would be fabulous. I'm going to pack it in for the day. Rain will be had. Breakfast will be had at some stage today. And I'd just like to thank you all again. And no doubt I will catch you in the comments or in the Discord if you're a channel member. So thank you all for joining me. And I'll see you in the next video and or live stream.